War. War always changes. No two totally accurate battles are ever alike, and I've fought enough of them to know. My army has slaughtered samurai by the thousands, stood versus cannon and catapult alike, showered in the volleys of archer arrows, and witnessed monstrosities beyond explanation. But now I'm without an army. I am a single unit, and I must fight for my life. In the arena. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. You guys will know that I've already beaten the entire campaign. I've already done a bunch of 1,000 and 1,800 man battles, but today we are going to be trying a Gladiator Arena Challenge. We're going to be following one single unit into battle, and victory or defeat isn't going to rely on defeating the enemy, it's going to rely on this one unit's survival. Gary the Gladiator is going to be our champion. The first of 12 challenges for Gary is going to be 2 peasants, and I don't know if that's really fair. They're unarmed, but it is 2v1, and Gary can pick up any weapon that he wants. I think we're going to go with the samurai sword. Seems very quick and effective. Let's just get this slaughter over with. Gary is at an advantage for weapons, but you never know. I mean, if one of them just kind of slips in a silly fist and catches Gary on the chin, he might go down faster than a cheap hooker. Look at this. Look at, oh, okay. He managed to get through. That was actually more of a battle than I expected. These two men came in with a real plan. They showed off a lot of teamwork. One of them was going to catch the katana with their face, and then the other one was going to get in there with some silly fist. But as Vince Offer has taught us, if you're going to slap, you're going to get chopped. Gary's second challenge will be 2 boxers? That's not better. That's worse. Their fists are literally padded. That has to be a disadvantage. Like, I know boxers are technically quick on their feet, they know how to punch properly, but how good is punching technique against a sword? Really? That didn't go very well for him. Yeah, didn't go great. Unlike the peasants, it seems that these boxers don't understand teamwork. They funnel in one at a time, and they mate the sword one at a time. Gary's third challenge will actually be against armed opponents, and again, there are 2 of them, so maybe we'll actually get a fight out of this one. It looks like one of them have elected for a blunt force weapon, a mace of kinds, and the other one has gone for the classical trident. I'm sure Poseidon is going to be happy with this. Oh, and Gary switched it up. He's gone for a more medieval sword, a pokey sword if you would. I think Gary's been injured, but he wins. Let's take a look at Gary's technique this time, because he switched it up. He's gone with a more pointy sword, and he used that to his advantage. He points him in the nipple, points him in the jugular, really knows all the soft spots of the human anatomy. This doesn't seem fair, right? Gary, single Gary, versus 2 poachers. They're both gonna have bows and arrows. Gary, I guess you're gonna need a shield, man, because you got a lot of ground to make up. Hopefully their accuracy is as bad as they look. Oh, okay. You took one in the head. That's not good. Oh, yes, Gary! You could do it! Just circle around. They're too slow. Oh my god, it's like the Matrix. Right, just like that. Yeah! I didn't even say anything for half that one. That was a nail biter. It's a shame that they don't let the contestants wear their glasses to these kind of events. I really do feel like the poacher has lost out there. I mean, he did hit Gary 9 times at last count, 1 in the head, but it's that 10th shot that really matters. Next up, Gary will be facing a single spearman, and the spearmen are a little bit of a challenge. You know, it's a super long weapon, and I don't really know what's best against them. We could try maybe a bow, right? I feel like that'd be a good idea. Of course, we don't get a good bow, we get one of the shitty bows off of the corpses of the guy we just took out, so hopefully your aim is better than theirs was. So far it's not. Hit him in the knee, hit him in the dick, a couple more shots in the dick, there you go. That was close! Once again, Gary is exhibiting his superior knowledge of the human anatomy and his pinpoint precision with the bow. He chooses to shoot in the thigh, a couple of shots in the dick, and the guy goes down. Very precise. On to the 7th challenge. Now finally, Gary is facing off against trained, equipped warriors, and it looks like he's up against a single footman this time. And I don't really know how we want to meet him. We could go on level playing ground, we could also pick up a similar sword. I think we want to go back to the samurai. Gary's quite good with the katana. I get the feeling that this is not going to go well for Gary. Like, there's going to be bloodshed on both sides. They're going to trade blows. It just comes down to who is going to land the killing blow. Use that precision of the katana. Oh, awesome. Didn't even get a cut. This is where the opponent could have really taken advantage of the technique shown by Gary earlier on in this challenge. The pointy end of the sword is quite pointy, and used properly, he would have been able to get a blow in far sooner, but he elected for a swing, and it cost him. So up until this point, it looks like Gary has followed in the way of the samurai, but now he must face one of his own kind in another samurai. And I mean, it feels foolish to go footman after we just defeated a footman with the katana, so maybe we'll go with something like the spear? I feel like we might be able to get that distance advantage. Let's try something like that. I believe in you, Gary. Now just remember, very important, you need to plunge that pointy end into his dick. Just like that. Nailed it. Up until this point in the challenge, Gary has been rustling some jimmies, but it wasn't until now that he decided to split the jimmies right down the middle. Quite possibly the strongest combination of weapons in the gladiatorial arena has always been the shield and the axe, and now Gary has to face off against a Viking, and he's gonna meet him head on with the exact same weapons. It's all gonna come down to technique this time, Gary. Up until this point, you've been at a relative advantage in weaponry, but now you got a shield bash, you gotta get in there. Red victory! There we go! I don't think his weapon ever touched him. I can hardly believe it, but Gary actually headbutted the opponent's weapon out of his hand while simultaneously following through on the chop over the shield. Just spectacular technique. I feel like the explanation for these battles are a little bit longer than the battles themselves, which is good because Gary's gonna need that speed to face off against a single musket. This guy's a gun. How is that fair? So we need to get in there quick. We need to avoid that shot because let's be honest, they don't have great accuracy. And then we need to kill him swiftly. So let's go with the spear. This is gonna be a quick battle, Gary. You need to get in there. He's gonna probably have 2 shots at you. The first one is already loaded. Oh, okay. He's reloading. He's packing in the powder. He's putting in his big stupid bullet. He's doing the little, oh my God, he missed again. Yes, way to go, Gary. Once again, you really do have to feel for these ranged units and the no glasses rule of this competition. While it may not make for an interesting battle, at the very least we got an excellent masturbatorial tutorial from the announcer. It looks like Gary's finally earning some favor in the arena. He's up to challenge number 10, and this time it is going to be a staged battle. We have 2 chariots facing off against a phalanx with Gary in the center of it. Gary's the one Viking there in the center, so we can keep an eye on him, and he needs to not get hit by a chariot. Gary? Is Gary okay? No, I think Gary fell. It's like I said, if Gary falls, then it is a failure, so we need to try again. Luckily, he was just rendered unconscious. Not a big deal. He's gonna be back for the next showing. Let's try that again. Gary, you can't throw your shield up in the air like you just don't care. You're gonna need it. Oh, crap. This is gonna be more difficult than I thought. There you go, Gary. Hold on to your weapon. That's what's important. And don't get hit by the chariots. Yes, use those shields. Did we get any of them? We killed one. He's coming back around. You can do it, Gary. I believe in you. You gotta keep an eye on him. No, don't get killed by your own team. Yeah, there we go. Gary survives. Doesn't matter if he didn't get any kills. Having seen these chariots twice before, Gary has the strategy down pat. He just has to take a step to the right to avoid the initial rush, and then hopefully not pick any fights with his teammates. This next one is absolute bullshit. This is what they do in the arena. They don't want people to get their freedom. They don't want them to go on to 12. So at 11, they face off a bunch of unarmed men against a cannon crew. Or more specifically, 2 cannon crews. For glory! You can do it, Gary. Just don't get hit by the cannonballs. It's very, very important. Okay, that one seems to have a vendetta for you in the back, Gary. We're gonna have to go after him first. I think we're doing good so far. Only a couple of these guys have managed to get hit. You don't want to line up in front of the hole where the ball comes out, guys. That's a bad idea. We good? Yeah! Gary survived! On to the final round! I'm hearing from our medical experts right now that Gary's ankle is in fact not broken. It is just a sprain. He will be able to move on to the final challenge. Of course it would be the Chicken Man is the finale. Like, what do you expect? I just want to know the logistics of where they keep this thing. Where do you keep a giant 15-foot tall chicken birthing man? Where does he get his coats? And of course, they decided to give us less than a dozen samurai to accomplish this. Okay, guys, you gotta make every blow count. You gotta hack the bone, go for the shins, go for the Achilles. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, like that, like that. That was great. That was a hit. Oh no, Gary the chickens. That was close. I'm gonna call that one a do-over because the chicken man decided to get his jazz bones moving, and how are we supposed to hack the bone if it's all the way over there somewhere? So, come on guys, you got this. I know you got this. He did it! Yes! Alright, well I think that's gonna be it for this episode of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this. You know, I've been trying to come up with more original stuff to do with this game because it is incredibly limited, but you guys enjoy it so much, the videos always do so well that I want to do more, and I had the idea for this, and I wasn't really sure if it would work, but hopefully it did. Hopefully you enjoyed it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. What are you? Oh, your fingers. And bats. Hi, bats. Are you guys finger bats? Can I whack you? I can whack you. I'm sorry. Oh, it's on my face. That's my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. I won't take the face thing personally.